Hi, y'all. Looks like some of y'all are already on the chat. Well, today I was going to do this live chat out on my balcony, and it's supposed to rain. Doesn't quite look like it's raining yet, but it's kind of cold. So I decided just to do this in my bedroom floor instead. Um, the lighting is better. Hopefully, so I'm using my iPad. Okay, good. I just want to make sure it was like updating here. Hi, y'all. Let's see here. Who's joining us so far? Dan, James, Rowan, Rocky. How y'all doing today? Well, I'm gonna let everybody kind of get on here. This is the first time I'm using my iPad. It's not showing things quite as, okay, here we go. It's kind of weird. So see, I have my iPad. I'm trying to like do this with that. Hi, everyone. All right, give me just a second here. My computer, my laptop that I usually use for this, it makes a lot of noise. The battery needs to be replaced, which I've actually sent off for a new battery. And I kind of wanted to do it differently than it's doing it. I wanted it to be on the side, but it won't be on the side. Oh well, we'll just do it the way it is. Sorry guys, okay, let me put this back up. Ah, everybody's here. The gang's all here. Kevin's asking, how's a more minimal house? It's really good. I mean, the nice thing with having less stuff is you have less to clean. So in some ways it's kind of boring because I don't have to clean a lot. Just basic stuff, making the bed or washing some dishes, and but it's nice because I really don't have a whole lot of stuff at this point. So there really isn't very much clutter. And one of the things, which I know you can't see from the video, but we don't have like a lot of pictures on the walls and things like that. We just kind of decided not to worry about trying to overload with a bunch of pictures. I'm trying not to hi Taylor, hi Barbara, hi Chris, hi everyone. Oh, the iPad thing isn't working very good. Ah, darn it. Maybe I should just hold it. Let me just hold it. I'm not even gonna try to be hiding it from y'all. Oh, thanks, Cody. Yeah, I know. I want to go hiking too. So a few things that I want to talk about today is obviously one, which you have seen in the thumbnail of the video, was about whether or not I'm going to get back on the trail this year. So I do have an answer for that, like an actual answer. And then also I figured while we're doing the live video, so maybe it won't be too horribly boring, is I would make some pot cozies and I would show you how I do, or pot koozies, excuse me, is what I call them. I actually don't know. Some people call them cozies, some people call them koozies. I call them koozies. And I thought I would make a few of those for y'all today so you can see how I make a pot koozie and try to answer y'all's questions. So just some things I kind of want to touch on just a little bit is my last video that I did, which was talking about my mental health from not hiking. So I wasn't very happy with that video just because I don't feel like I really touched on how I'm feeling or how I've been feeling this past month. I think I was trying to keep the video lighthearted and not get too heavy with it. So I ended up kind of not including a lot of things that in hindsight I wish I had included. But I just to talk about that just a little bit, because I think, I mean, obviously I'm generalizing here. I don't know this as factual, but a lot of people I talk to who hike a lot do suffer from things like anxiety, you know, and depression, and how much hiking has helped that. And obviously, a month off trail is not that long to start to feel depressed again. I mean, there's been times over the years that I didn't hike for a month, but I think it's a kind of the combination of being stuck at home and not really being able to go places. Up until just like a week or so ago, our state parks were closed, our national park was closed, so there really wasn't a whole lot of hiking options. There was a few, but there wasn't that many. And it's kind of my fault that I didn't go hike. I could have. There was some places I could have went, but I honestly at the time thought when I first got off the trail, I mean, because I was just, even if I didn't want to admit it to myself, I was really depressed from getting off the trail. I mean, to the point of I just didn't want to do anything. And so I just decided, well, if I can't hike on the AT, I'm not hiking. That's just, why would I go out and hike a day hike when I could, you know? And in hindsight, I wish I hadn't done that. I wish I had just went out and hiked where I could hike. I think I wouldn't have gotten to the point I had gotten to. But truthfully, I mean, like, I've been pretty bad, and I don't show it. I've never been like clinically diagnosed with depression. I have, I mean, this is kind of hard to admit, but when I was younger, when I was a teenager, I was hospitalized at one point in regards to mental illness. And I mean, nothing like crazy. It's just, I mean, nothing like, I mean, I'm not diagnosed with any particular mental illness. I mean, other than, like I said, self-diagnosed with anxiety and depression, which I do think a lot of people suffer from more than a lot of people will admit. But I have a tendency to be someone who will hide that. I mean, over the years, most people did not know this about me at all. I'm very much the kind of person who will put on a happy face and smile and hide away. I hide behind that, those feelings. And I guess after starting this channel and hiking, that's something I really want to try to open up with more, because one of the things I love about watching other people, like on YouTube and things like that, is it makes me feel like I'm not alone. I feel like when I hear someone else talk about something they're going through or the thoughts they're having, I feel like a comfort to know that I'm not the only person out there, because it's easy to get in your own head and start to think that you're alone, and that the thoughts you have are just, you're crazy, and that no one else feels the way you do, and there's something wrong with you, and you want to change yourself. And I mean, I spend so much time in my head, and just being able to kind of talk to you guys a little bit and just kind of explain, I mean, convey that, you know, just kind of get it out of my head and out of my heart. In some ways, I feel like it's healing for me. And I firmly believe, I'm 45 years old, almost 46, and I don't think depression is something you really get over. I don't think anxiety is something you really get over, even if you medicate. I mean, this is something you're probably going to live with your whole life, and you learn to find ways to help lessen it, you know, to help ease it. And I think just the recognition and knowledge that it's not a bad thing. You don't have to feel like there's something wrong with you, or you're bad, or you're an alien. That this is just part of being a human. You know, we all have different issues. I mean, like some people who have diabetes, and some people who have just different health problems. I mean, your brain is every bit as important as your body in being well. And I think this day and age, I mean, we're more prone to, I think, having issues with mental illness simply for the fact of how much exposure we have to information and just to things around us. I think has an effect on us. Not for everybody, obviously. I mean, I'm not a doctor, and I can't, explain how other people feel dealing with mental illness. But I know, it runs, I say it runs my family, because I don't know if it's actually something you can inherit. But I do have family members, close family members who deal with this, who deal with mental illness, and not necessarily exactly what I have, but they deal with things. And so I guess I just, in that video, I didn't really convey how desperate I was starting to feel. And I think a lot of it was attributed to feeling like my dream was lost. That everything I worked for, that everything I pushed for, that everything I've sacrificed for was gone. And I felt like a failure. I felt like a failure. And so a lot of why I've been feeling such a reaction, why I think not only was I suffering from a period of depression before I got on the trail, just it's like it came back quicker because of the situation, because of how everything has happened, because I realized that I can't control what happens in my life, and that's a very scary feeling, and that really brought that anxiety back up. And I found myself actually, one of the reasons why I chose to quit my job and get on the trail and do this thing was because I didn't want to live a life of regret. And for the past month, I have regretted quitting my job. I have regretted getting out on the trail, and that's a terrible thing because I love the trail and I want to be out there. But because of how I was feeling and because of the situation and feel like I can't control it, I thought all I could think was, you were stupid. You were stupid for getting off the trail. You were stupid for quitting your job. So anyway, I won't spend too much time on that topic. I feel like that's I just kind of wanted to convey that a little bit. It's kind of funny because when I made that video like well over a week ago. So keep in mind, since then, I have done a hike. I did do a local hike here, and it definitely helped. Just honestly, it's crazy how nature, how healing that is for someone, I think, who suffers from those things. I know for me personally how healing it is. And anyway, it's just funny because it is mental health awareness month, which is, I didn't even realize this until I saw somebody had posted about it, and I was like, oh wow, is it? That's crazy. That of all times of the year and everything we've gone through, and then this is mental health awareness month. So anyway, I know I'm so behind on your all's comments here, so I apologize. So let me see if I can catch up a little. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anyone's questions or anything like that. You guys are so awesome. Oh, I just have to tell y'all, I love doing this, and you guys are the reasons why I want to keep making these videos. And I'm going to tell you, it would be so easy, because over this month, all I've wanted to do is stop making videos. All I've wanted to do was get off social media altogether, like completely shut down my social media, shut down my YouTube, stop. Because I'm like, I get in my head, and I'm like, nobody wants to watch me anyway. Nobody really likes watching me. That's the kind of, it's not rational, the thoughts that you have when you're feeling that way. It's not rational. But that's just the stuff that goes through your head, or my head, I should say. So it is just awesome to have people like you on here, coming on here, taking the time out of your evening to spend it with me. And y'all say such awesome, wonderful things, and it just means the world to me. And it's just, yeah, this is just so awesome. So I don't want anybody to feel bad for me or anything like that. I'm a really strong person, and no matter how, I've dealt with this my whole life. As long as I can remember, I have dealt with it even when I was a young girl. And there was no reason for me to feel sad. There was no reason. I had a happy childhood, no reason to feel sad, but I felt sad. And the nice thing about it is, all the sayings that are out there, and one of them being, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Actually, Kelly Clarkson sings it, but it's true. It really is true that you do become a stronger person for all the obstacles that you can overcome in your life. Every time you overcome something, you're stronger for it. You're stronger mentally, you're stronger emotionally, you're stronger physically. And so, I'm thankful for that. But I just hope that if anyone is, if you're ever feeling those type of feelings or thoughts, you're not alone, and there's nothing wrong with you. And I just wish we could all learn to love the things about ourselves, instead of picking ourselves apart all the time, to just be able to look at ourselves and find the beauty of who we are as a person and the uniqueness that makes us who we are. And I hope that you all, can be inspired from me, but to feel that way. I mean, I hope. I mean, that's if there's anything that I could do that would make me feel like I have purpose, it's, to help others to feel better about themselves, because that's something I've struggled with my whole life. I mean, it's funny, you'll see the things, you get in your 40s, you don't care what people think anymore. Well, I'm 45, I still care what people think. I mean, I wish I didn't, but I do. And I don't know if that's a bad thing. I don't know. But anyway. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Benny. Hi, Emily. I'm sorry. I know I'm missing people's names here. I apologize. Let me try to see if I can. Oh. I appreciate y'all saying about being vulnerable. Sometimes I don't. I guess I am being vulnerable. It's funny enough, it's easier to be vulnerable on my videos than it is like to write out a post on Instagram. I don't know why, but I think because I overthink it when I'm typing something up on Instagram, but on my videos, I'm just like talking off at the mouth. And then later, which I don't watch my live videos later. I never have watched any of them. So I have no idea what kind of crazy stuff I'm telling you all. But if I did, I'd probably be like, oh my gosh, cringe. But anyway, okay. Enough rambling, right? Or no? I mean, do y'all like my rambling? So let's get into like the meatiness of today's live video. So let's start making a pot koozie. And if you guys want to start asking me some questions, you can. I'm debating on whether or not I wait a little while before I tell you all my thoughts, my answers on my through hike, or whether or not I go ahead and tell you all. I don't want y'all to leave. Y'all gonna be like, come on now. Barbara, no, now. Okay, fine. I'll go ahead and tell you all, because that way if you have questions, you can ask me. So one of the reasons too that I wanted to kind of go into a little bit more details about the mental health my mental health right now, how I've been feeling lately, is because it has made me come to a firm decision on why it's important for me to do this through hike, why it's important for me to get out there on that trail and stay on that trail and be out there. And it's one of the reasons why I'm making the decision I'm making. And it's not, some people might think this is very selfish. Some people might not think it's selfish. In some ways it is selfish, but it's necessary for me. But yes, I am getting back on the trail. The plan had been I was going to get out on the trail this weekend, but I've ordered some stuff, and I would really kind of like to wait till it comes in before I go out there. So I'm going to wait until I get it. And one of the things I've ordered, and I have debated, I actually ordered it a long time ago before I got on the trail. I returned it and now I've reordered it again. And that is an earth sack. So yeah, it's extra weight. I don't even know if I am going to end up actually using it. But I can tell you that I can't do hangs. I can't do it. I just can't. I can't throw rocks. And I don't know. Maybe I could if I really, really wanted to put the effort into it. But I would tell you, there were many times when I was out on that trail, there was not trees to hang. There wasn't. There was no branches. So I don't know. I just thought, well, let me get the earth sack. And at least, if nothing else, I can tie it to a tree branch. And, but yeah, they're super expensive. And I don't know. I did get a discount on them. If you go on Earthsack's website right now, they have them 25% off, and there was a bunch that were sold out. So anyway, I'm waiting for that, and then just a couple other things, and then I'm gonna get back out there, and so by latest the end of the month, I'll be back out there. I don't want to I hate to get into the whole topic of, obviously, the elephant in the room of what everyone has been talking about in regards to the AT, because I don't want to say anything bad about anyone because I don't think there's any reason, there's just no reason for that. And it's not necessary. And I don't feel that way. Truth be told, this was a tough decision to make because I know the restrictions, I guess you could call it, haven't really been lifted at this point. I'm hoping it will be soon. I'm hoping maybe I'll get really lucky and it'll be lifted before I actually get out there and then I don't have to feel guilty at all. But unfortunately, that's just my personality. I'm not going to feel bad for being the kind of person who feels guilty about doing things they, feel like they're not supposed to or whatever. I don't know. That's just who I am. And I respect other people. And anyway, so I don't know. I wish I could just say I don't care what people think, and I do care. I do, and I don't want anyone to think I'm doing this because I don't care about other people or that I just care about myself. And I need this. Like I need this for my own mental health, and that is really important, guys. It is, and I'm not doing good. I have been spiraling, and I know I don't show it. But I'm telling you, I have. My husband can attest to that. My mom can attest to that. And so I know that trail heals me. It just does. It was amazing how much different I felt in that month I was out there. And I know if you watch my videos, there were days when I was like crying or I was complaining about the weather. But in all of that, I was very happy. And my anxiety was very low. I didn't have any depression while I was out on the trail. So I am going to try very hard to be safe out there. I have a mask, handmade mask, and it was specially made. I have this mask and it's got a filter in it, and I have some gloves, so this way if I go into towns and they are stores that want you to wear these things, I can wear them. I actually ordered a Baby Yoda mask. Yeah, I ordered a Baby Yoda mask, and but it hasn't come yet. I don't know if it's going to be here in time, but oh well. If it's not, then I'll have my husband mail it to me or something. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, there you go. There's my response. So let me see here if I can let me go back here and see what y'all are asking me. And then let's start making a pot koozie. Let's see, can I do this? How can I do this? I need Jerry here so he can look through my questions for me. Oh, thank you. Y'all are like, come on, tell us. That's so funny. Oh, thank you. It means a lot that you guys support me because Beth, yes, what does the Earth Sack do? So it is basically it is a food bag that you put your food into it, and it's basically bear and rodent proof. So what do is rather than having to throw a rock and use paracord and hang it from a really tall tree, you can just tie it to a tree branch, tree trunk, and basically a bear can't bite through it. The downside is they can still squash your food, and they can still get slobber on it because the slobber can penetrate the bag. But for the most part, the bear can't get the food. So it just kind of keeps you safe. It keeps the bear safe because you put it away from your tent. And so, that's ultimately what it is. It's just a way so you don't have to hang it. It's supposed to be kind of an alternative to using a hard canister. So, that's why I'm getting it. And, I know that going back out on the trail at this point, I don't think there's going to be anywhere near as many hikers as there would have been at the beginning of my hike. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to spend a lot of nights on the trail alone. And I don't want to, I just want to keep my food away from my tent if I can. So that's why I got it. And it'll be just so much easier. That way when I get to camp, all I've got to do is just tie it to a tree. I don't have to try to throw rocks and worry about getting it caught in tree limbs and things like that. So, but they're not cheap. I got it on sale and it was $100. So, I mean, they're not cheap, but they do guarantee them as long if a bear or a rodent rips like a hole in it, a small, even a tiny hole, they'll replace it. So, I mean, that's something. Sheldon, hitting the Smokies 900 challenge again starting end of June. Oh, that is so awesome. Yay. Congratulations. You know, the 900 is what got me really like, I got to through hike the AT. I mean, I've wanted to through hike from the get-go. Since I started backpacking several years ago, I have wanted to through hike. But once I kind of had set that goal to complete the 900, like that just kind of got that fire going, and it was like, okay, yeah, I can't wait. I gotta get out and do that. I gotta get out and through hike. So, yeah. Adventures of Pineapple Shortcake. Oh, that's cute. I like that. What did you do with your food when you couldn't hang? I probably shouldn't tell anybody. So luckily, because I basically just made it through Georgia and just a little bit of North Carolina and then through the Smokies, all of Georgia, all of the Smokies has bear cables or boxes. So I was able to hang it on the bear cables or put in the boxes. I know I should admit this because, you know, it's a no-no. But I cannot, I'm not a liar. I'm never going to be that person. I'm going to always be real about things. But the truth is I slept with my food a few times. I did. Granted, it was the winter, and most of those nights when I was doing that, there was either a ton of snow on the ground, it was snowing, or it was raining. So that doesn't mean a hiker can't. Hi, Scott. Okay, you got to go. What? When's the date? So I'm aiming to the end of the month. So very possibly May the 31st or June the 1st. But I'm glad you came on for a little bit. I think, I'm never going to say it's Haley. It's not Haley. It's a Hawaiian word, and I can never say it. I've literally tried to say that name 400 times. But on the trail, he was Idaho. Anyway, he said he's going to get back on the trail on June the 1st. So, all right. So anyway, let me set this up and try to answer questions and try to make a podcast while we talk. Gretchen. Hi, Gretchen. Are you going to start exactly where you left the trail? No. So I wish I could, because I would like to do it that way, but there's no way. I'm not confident in my ability to hike big miles in enough time. So I'm just going to move up to near Harper's Ferry. And start there, and then just go up to Katahdin and do a flip-flop, and then basically do the southern, all of Virginia and what I had left in North Carolina, Tennessee, in the fall, which will be nice because I love the fall. So I'll enjoy actually hiking in the fall, especially in Virginia. So, and hopefully by then, like, everything kind of is all good, you know. That's what I'm hoping. All right, guys. So let's see here. So pot koozie. Keep asking me questions. I'll try to do this as coherently as I can. I wish this thing would not. There we go. iPad. Okay. So if you want to make a pot koozie, whatever. And so basically what that is, it's something that you use to either use for your your cup, your stove that you carry, your cup, I guess, not really the stove. Or it's something that you would use to put your food that you want to cook in. And basically it's just kind of like an incubator, and it helps cook your food faster. And I had one already that I was carrying initially on the trail. This is what it was. But as you can see, it's starting to kind of come apart, and it's a little thick. I actually ended up sending it home. But now I kind of want to go ahead and have another one out there because, I don't know, there was just a couple of times where it would have been nice to have had this. Because I don't actually ever put food in my cup. I just boil water, and then I pour it into either, you know, like if I have potatoes, it usually just goes in this pouch or if I have freezer bags. So anyway, so this just helps because you can basically what you can do is you can put the freezer bag down into the koozie, open it up, and then pour the hot water in, put the lid on, and like I said, it cooks your food faster. And this is really good, like if you eat the nor sides, it helps a lot. So anyway, so that's what that is. So the things you need to make a pot koozie is you need some Reflectix material, which you can pick up at Lowe's or Home Depot, or a cheaper and simpler option is to just go to like Walmart and buy one of those sunscreens shades. And they have a variety of them there. They have even just the ones like just this color, this material. Or you can get a fancy one like I did, and so you can make it look prettier. So I'm going to use this. It's like butterflies and stuff to make mine. So you need that, and then you need either you either need the Reflectix tape, the foil tape, or you can just use like duct tape, or what I'm using is Gorilla Tape. And I'm using the Gorilla Tape because it just works like a little bit better than duct tape because it's just better for like weather protection wise. And I bought this one, it's the To Go. And so it comes in a 1-inch roll. So I end up cutting just small strips to do this. You're gonna see that. And so that's one of the reasons why I like to do it this, because it just makes it easier. So you need that, and then you need a pair of scissors, a little ruler, and some kind of a pen. I use a Sharpie just that way it doesn't actually like poke a hole in it. And then you may or may not need this. We'll see. And then, so like I said, this one I use the Reflectix tape, but as you can see, it starts kind of coming apart. So I don't feel like the Reflectix tape works as good, personally. Here's one that used duct tape and Gorilla Tape, and you see how well it still looks. So, and then this is a version, you can make one where you have here's the stove, where you put it in, and so you could have it like that. So if you drink out of it, it's easier to, your hands don't get like, you don't burn your hands. Because these titanium cups will get really hot. But I don't want this opening because I like to use it as an incubator, like an oven. And then this is just the lid. So this lid I made because at one point I was carrying the little frying pan. So that's what that's for. I'm going to make a different lid this time because I'm just carrying this. So I don't need that lid. But this is a pretty easy thing to make. Basically, so you just open up this. Let me see. Hi, Blaze and Bakers. Have you decided if you're going to get on the trail? Back on the trail? Try to keep up here. No, see, Beth asked, had a chance to think about what and how you did things. What did you learn that you'll do different this time out? What changes? So let's think. What are some, I mean, I made a few gear changes, not very many. And I did do a video on that to go into a whole lot of detail. But one of the things that I did change was I was carrying a pair of sleeping pants, like leggings, that were just polyester. And I ordered a merino wool, what's it called? Merino wool leggings instead. So I got a lightweight pair. They're made by Smart Wool. And so I definitely recommend, no matter what time of year you're going to hike, do it through hike, or I mean really even hiking, but definitely through hike, have merino wool leggings. Don't use polyester. I mean, polyester, especially when it gets wet and it's cold, it doesn't keep you as warm. Or at least that's what I found for me. And I was going to change out my pack. I was going to get the same brand. I was just going to change out the hip belt size because I lost like 3 inches off my waist and 3 inches off my hips, but I've gained it back. So, I'm just gonna, anyway, I couldn't order it because what am I trying to say? It was like a 12-week waiting period. So, have I been in the Smokies since they opened? No, I haven't. I have not. I live about an hour and a half from the Smokies now, so it's not as close for me. So I have not gone to the Smokies yet. I haven't, and I don't think I'm going to get to the Smokies, to be honest with you. Yeah, unfortunately, I won't be able to make it to the Smokies. The nice thing is I live really close to Frozen Head State Park, so I may be doing that hike there Friday with my friend Angela. I hope I'm not missing people. Let's look here. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be hotter now. Yeah, so someone said that, Nikki. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be. Lauren, I think maybe you already heard me say this, but yeah, where I'm gonna restart. So probably Harper's Ferry, or like right before Harper's Ferry, maybe. I'm just not. Yeah, I just don't think I could make it in time. Okay, I just want to make sure I wasn't missing any. I don't think. Okay, so what you want to do is take whatever cup you're using, and of course close the handles, and then what you want to do, hopefully I can do this like, well, I've got you all here. So what you want to do is, so this has, as you can see, it has kind of this edge because of what it's for. So just come in a little from that, because you don't want to, I don't use that part. And then what you're going to do basically is, so use your Sharpie to make a mark of where you're starting. And you can adjust this once you cut it. And then you just roll it over to potentially where it should be. And then I just use my finger. And I recommend just going out a little further than what you think it was, because you can always cut that. And then this is what the ruler really is for. It's just so that you get a straight cut. But I had that up a little too far. I should have done it. But I wanted kind of the pattern in it. So let's see here. That's the only thing is this is black. Now I've lost my mark. Okay, there's that mark. Where did it go? That is great. See, this is kind of stuff, if I was videoing this, I would cut all this part out. Okay, let's try this again, because I lost my mark. Okay. Okay, we're just going to cut it to like right there. Okay, and then, so basically you would just use, and then what you want to do is you want to cut it, so you're going to cut it, see, basic. So what this is going to do is it's going to end up being, you know, the length of the cup. So that's what you're wanting to kind of cut out. You're going to cut that out. And then, so you can use your ruler basically to just create a straight line so you can cut it straight. And that's pretty much what that's for. And like I said, I recommend going above where you think you're supposed to cut, because you can always cut the excess off. Hopefully y'all can hear me. And then you cut like this. Let me see here. Is Melissa asked, is Jerry going to hike with you? I mean, no, I don't think he will. I mean, at best he'll take me there. The only the stinky part about going up to Harper's Ferry is it's a 7-hour drive for us, so it's pretty far. So unfortunately, he probably will not end up being able to hike with me. I don't think he can take that much time off work. I wish he could, but all right, so I'm gonna cut this down more, but you're just basically gonna get, you know, a piece that's gonna wrap around your cup is what it's gonna do. Oh, see, I cut it too short. See, that's what happens. I cut it too short. I thought I was cutting it over. Look, I did not cut it enough. So the nice thing is there's plenty to work with. So what I'm gonna do is, yeah. So what I'll do is I'm just gonna find another section. I'm just gonna lay this on top of it, and I'm gonna cut it further out because I didn't cut it enough. So that's how you do this part that goes around here. Now the other part you're gonna have to do is the bottom, and then basically the bottom and top. So what I do is I don't measure the bottom of this. I measure. No, they're different. Okay, I thought I could do so we'll have to do these separate, but all you're gonna pretty much do is you're gonna lay the cup, you know, lay it on top, and then you're just gonna take your, where did it go? Oh, your Sharpie, and you're just gonna, you know, draw a circle around it, and then you're gonna cut that circle out. And then, like I said, you're gonna do all these pieces, and then tape it all together and that's really kind of what you're doing. So I'm gonna do that while I try to pay attention to y'all's chat. Trying to see here. Hello, okay. Duct tape. So we're using Gorilla Tape today. We're going to use the Gorilla Tape. I mean, I think the duct tape's fine too. I mean, like I said, this one was duct tape and it's done fine, but Gorilla Tape usually has a chance of working better. Big Rib asked, what are you going to do about the huts being closed in New Hampshire? I need to contact my friend Taylor and ask her some questions about that. I think my understanding that from another thru hiker who lives in New Hampshire said that it was fine, that there's camping, that you can camp in your tent there. I'm not gonna lie, I'm bummed about not being able to stay in a hut, you know, at least one, just because that's kind of part of the experience. It's just not worth me waiting another year to not do it. Hi, Early Riser. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. That's awesome. I'm so awful with this. I mean, it's so hard to, I thought this was going to be a little bit easier to like show you things and keep up with the thing. I'm not doing a very good job. All right, let's find a really cute spot with a butterfly that I could cut out for the bottom and the top. I mean, obviously I would normally recommend, you know, just try to do much of your outer part first, you know, so that way you have more to work with. But because I got a pretty one, I kind of want to have as much of a butterfly on it as I can. So I'm trying to find one that has a small enough butterfly. I think this will work. This there's like a butterfly right here. Look, this little one. So I'm gonna do that one. Thank you, Half Pint Hiker. 99-cent dollar blazing. 99-cent store and duct tape work for me. Can you get this at the dollar store? I didn't even realize you could. So yeah, hey, if you can get this at the dollar store, that's even better. I totally agree. I love the dollar store. It's like one of my favorite places is the dollar store. All right, so right now I'm just making a circle for this with my Sharpie, and I'm gonna cut it out. The show is amazing. And this show, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm amazing. I will say this, because I decided to get, you know what I should do if I was being smart right now, but obviously I'm doing this on the fly and I'm not putting a lot of brain cells into it. I would have flipped it over, because here's the nice light color side, and I would be cutting it here, and then you wouldn't see it, because what's happening is this is getting into the, this is blending into the black here, so you can't see where to cut. So yeah. Oh well, I've already started it, so we're just gonna go with it. I guess worst comes to worst, I'll have some to work with, I guess. But yeah, I didn't think that went through very good. Yeah, I cannot. It's like impossible to see this. All right, let's see, guys. I want to try to keep up with you all. I don't want to be over here. Oh, I'm glad. Oh, well, hi, Jen. She's a new subscriber. Oh, I'm glad you're here. Tracy said yes, camping platforms areas at huts in New Hampshire. Yeah, that I mean, that's good to know. I mean, I hope so. So like basically I could stay near the hut, that would be fine, I guess. I mean, because I assume when they said they'd close the huts, they're just closing, like going inside of them, not like. I mean, I don't know why they did that. I mean, I guess everybody, if they have their reasons, and if they wanted to close it, that's their choice. But I was like, darn it, why did they close it for the whole year? Sorry, I'm adjusting my shorts. Oh well, I mean, Hooked Outfitters is the AT open for hiking. So the entire AT is not officially closed. As far as like the federal government didn't close it. You know, the ATC has, you know, recommended people to not be on the trail, and they have not quite lifted that, to be honest with you. I did go into this in the beginning, and I know not to try to get repetitive again, but I'm making a decision to get out there and not wait, because I need it desperately for my mental health. I mean, I at some point, you know, I need this for me. And so I'm hoping, I mean, they've definitely put the word out that they're trying to find ways to do it responsibly, for people to get back out there responsibly. So I'm really hoping, since I'm not going to probably end up getting out there till the end of the month, that maybe by then, that's what I'm hoping. But I do have things in place, you know, to do this safely. I'm not going to just go out there willy-nilly. I'm not staying in shelters. I'm not going to use the privies. Honestly, I could care less about using the shelters. I never liked using the shelters anyway, so that's really not a problem for me. And I've stayed in my tent in the pouring rain multiple days, so I understand how to do that too. So, yeah, Bill, it's, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking by the time I get there, all that should be open back up. I mean, Maine is open at the 1st of June. And I mean, that's, I think, just more local than anything, because they want you to quarantine for 14 days. But I mean, I won't be up till Maine till at least probably late August or September is what I'm thinking at this point. So Stan says New York and New Jersey trails are open. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that. Pennsylvania is supposed to open state parks before too long. I know. Wild on the trail. He's back on the trail. I think he's already back on the trail. And he was hiking in Pennsylvania. So, I mean, all right. So here I haven't trimmed this yet. Let me do that as best I can, since I didn't. I can put the lid back up here and. All right, so here we go. I just put the lid on top to make it easier to cut it. All right. So this little bit of the butterfly, it's kind of cute. And then what I'm going to do is cut a little slit so that I can make that go through it. I don't know if I really need to do that, but it just will help hold this on there better. And that part is going to be the harder part. So what I would do is hold it up like that, put the lid across it, and then just kind of feel where it pokes at, and then just put like a little mark is what I would do. And so that'll be the lid part. So now I just have to make a bottom. So let's look here. Okay, so I can pretty much use this as a template to cut the bottom out. And since the bottom's the bottom, I don't think I need as cute of a section. So I'm just going to find a section here. And to make it easier, I'm just going to kind of cut it out like that. Put that to the side. And then I'm just going to, like I said, base it off this. Hi Lily from Australia, that's awesome. Okay, thanks Tracy for letting me know that you can camp close by. So that's good to know. Yeah, I did see, I think actually Melissa said Quicksand's almost finished. I think he's actually already done from what I saw online. So I'm glad he got to finish his hike. Yeah, I saw the video where he got he almost drowned in the water. Oh, that was horrible. James saying lots of hikers still on trail. Everyone's respecting other space. You know, and I will tell you something. Even before we all got off the trail, honestly, I saw most of the hikers that I saw at the time, that we were all kind of keeping our distance. I don't really feel like most of the time people are kind of on top of each other. I think most people kind of want their space anyway. So, I don't know. I mean, I tell you what, us 2020 through hikers, I mean, it really is, I don't know. I mean, it kind of makes me happy to see so many people so determined, you know, to do this. I mean, that's what you need, you know, to complete a through hike, and just to see so many people, you know, really want this. I mean, it's not just something like, oh, well, I can't do it, whatever. I mean, I don't know. It just, actually, that ended up fitting perfect on the bottom. So I was able to basically use the lid to make the bottom. So I've got the lid and then the bottom. So I don't need the lid right this second. I just need that other piece. I got to cut that out since I messed that up. Looks like you guys are talking to each other, which is very cool. That is cool. I just want to make sure I'm not missing. I don't know. Some people are asking me this question, and they're asking other people. Are you able to cook by campfire, or is it not allowed on the trail? I don't know if you're asking me that, but if you are, yeah, I mean, you can do, I mean, as far as I don't know. Maybe, I don't know that. Yeah, because of all the restrictions, I don't know. I don't do campfires anyway. I'm not going to make a campfire. I'm just going to tell you. So it doesn't really matter to me. If someone else makes it. Oh, Chris, I didn't know Wild hikes with you. That's awesome. So are you out there with him right now? Are you? Etrion, I hope I'm saying that. Etrion, what are you most nervous about restarting your through hike? What are you most nervous about restarting your through hike? To truthfully, starting over. I mean, that's basically what I'm doing. I've been off trail for almost 2 months. I mean, over 6 weeks. So I have lost, and because I haven't been hiking regularly at all, I've done one hike the other day. I've lost all of that, so I'm gonna be basically starting over again. And I know I'm not gonna go out as slow as I did. Like the first time, I think I took like over a week of doing really low miles. I'll probably go out for like a day or two and do like 8 or 10 miles, or maybe even 12. We'll see how I'm feeling. But you know, just having to start, kind of feel like you're starting over again. That part, you know. Oh well. Sorry, I'm not a good spot here. I guess we'll just flip it. I'll just do this side here. Oh, okay. I didn't know y'all went to school together. Okay. Hi, Wandering Wiley. I don't know if Camper is back on the trail. I don't know. There are several people that are getting back out. I mean, some are already back out, and some are going out this weekend. I'm trying to see if anybody said anything that I'm missing. Thanks, Charlie and Brandy. Sorry, I know I'm missing some of you guys. I'm sorry about that. I'm not doing as good this time. Okay, so I'm just going to use this to recut this out, and I'm just going to cut it longer. I'm going to cut it way longer, so that way I don't accidentally not cut it long enough. I did have a lady email me. I told her about this video. I don't know if she's on here or not. Her name's Kelly. Well, actually, I don't know if it's a her. Maybe I should have said that. And she asked me she, I'm sorry. If I'm saying a she and it's a he, I apologize. Because now I don't remember. That's terrible. Or no, I'm terrible. Hold on a second. I'm going to use this to... I've had to put this out. This kind of makes it kind of boring, doesn't it? Me sitting here not talking and aw. Jan said she recently found Jenna through this channel. Aw, that's good. Thank you, Jerry. Oh, it's good to see you on here. Yeah. You've been on some of my other videos. Anyway, what I was going to say, she asked some questions, so I thought I would just kind of answer her questions on here, and then maybe if she watches this video, she will see them. One of the things she asked me was, being new into doing YouTube or something, like, how do you get sponsors? Well, I don't know, because I don't have any sponsors. I have no idea. I do not know how you get sponsors, but if you find out, let me know, because I like some I don't know. I'm sort of 50-50 on the whole sponsor thing. I mean, obviously it helps you make money, which is important, especially if you're trying to do a through hike and things like that. But at the same time, you sort of feel that obligation, like, to particular companies or whatever. And I don't really want that. And I always want to be able to be biased about anything I talk about. And I feel like it would be hard to be biased if you're being sponsored or someone's giving you gear or something like that. So I don't know. And then one of the other things she asked was, how is the weather in mid-March? It's cold. It's very cold and it's snowing. In fact, it's snowing in May. And I know I saw some of Taylor has posted a bunch of photos and videos on her Instagram, and they saw snow in New Hampshire, so that's crazy. I don't know how y'all are. Snow in May, but it was pretty cold here. I mean, It's crazy. All right, so I'm just going to cut this purple part off. It's just going to make it easier. So I'm going to cut this off before I trim this down. Okay, that's easier. Now I can roll it around. Okay, there we go. All right, so actually see I made it a lot bigger this time. So now I'm just gonna put a scissor cut right there like that. And then I'll just cut this part off. And we'll use the ruler. That's what the ruler's for, is just so you can cut straight lines. Okay, let's see here. Oh, hi. Hi, Shannon. Shannon, she's a friend of mine. She's has a YouTube channel too called The Plum Hiker. I did answer it, and yes, I am completing this year. I'm going to be going out probably in the next week or two. By the end of the month, I will be back out on the trail. So yes, I'm going back out. And right now, I'm trying to make a pot koozie. I'm not doing a very good job. Okay. So let's see here. I'm trying to get this. Okay, we're going to flip it over. And I'm going to do the markings on this side like I should have done the first time to make this easier to cut. Okay. Visual pasta, don't you have any furniture? No, I don't have any. I'm minimalist. No, I'm in my bedroom, and the bed's on the other side of the camera, and we actually have a big screen TV in this room with our dresser. That's Jerry's. He's the electronics guy. So I'm just kind of against the wall, so that's why you don't see any furniture in here. I guess it's kind of boring looking, isn't it? And then I thought my stuff would show better, but it's not. So, I don't want to bore you guys without talking, so let me see here. I'm gonna hold this instead of doing what I'm doing. All right, let's see here. Dustin Campbell, any gear changes or updates heading out this time? Happy for you restarting. Dustin, I actually did a video about that, so it's just probably easier to go watch the video. One thing I'm waiting on right now, and why I didn't just decide to go ahead and get back out on the trail like now, like this weekend, is I ordered an Ursack. So I'm waiting for that. Oh, let's see here. And will Harper's Ferry be open? I don't know. I'm hoping. I mean, it's not right now. It's not right now. And so, I mean, my anticipation is it won't be open, which kind of makes me sad. I mean, but I don't know. I mean, it makes me sad in some ways because obviously I won't have quite the same hike as someone who goes out next year or, you know, in any other year. But that, at the end of the day, this hike for me, I mean, it's not about I love meeting people, don't get me wrong. I love the people I have met out on the trail so far. I love interacting with people, but for me, it's the trail and it's the experience of doing the through hike. And I mean, those things are important. I mean, going into trail towns, they are very important. Meeting people, I mean, all the trail magic, all of you guys, I mean, just the people are very important. So I'm by no means downplaying that. But it's not like I went out there with the expectation of, oh, I just want to, you know, socialize, and I want to meet a lot of people, and I just want, that's what I want the hike to be about. And it's just not. So, I mean, there's a multiple reasons for me to want to do this hike. And one of them, obviously, that I talked about earlier, is, you know, for my mental health. And so, yeah, Bill said I could take a selfie. So, yeah, I can do a selfie, maybe a timed photo. Maybe there'll be somebody else there and they could take my photo. I don't know, you know, so. Visual possibilities, that's, will you be hiking by yourself? Yes, yeah, I'll be hiking by myself. There are some other people who I think are going to be getting back out there, so hopefully, like, I'll run into other people. And I feel terrible, but oh my gosh, I forgot her channel name. Blazing Blazers. I hope I just said her channel name right. It's a husband and wife. And I follow them on Instagram, but I swear I don't think I actually know her first name. That's terrible. But we did exchange phone numbers. So, you know, hopefully I'll get to see other people on the trail. I mean, one thing, I like hiking alone. I like hiking by myself. I just do better hiking by myself. But I do like seeing people at campsites and stuff. So, I mean, I'd like to be able to see other people, you know, at camp when when possible. So, I don't know for sure if she's getting back out or not. Because it was supposed to be her and her husband doing it. And I hope she's okay with me saying that. Maybe I shouldn't even have said that. Oops. Sorry if I wasn't supposed to say anything. Right now I am trying to mark a line to cut this evenly. Okay. I think I got it. So now I'm going to cut it. Good news. Blazing Bakers. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I'm just terrible with names, and I'm terrible. I forget names. You should ask my husband. And my kids. I call them the wrong names all the time. It's very common for me to do that. Thank you, Chasing Soul. I'm going up the mountain. Kathy, did you already hike the Smokies yet? No, I haven't. I don't live, where we lived before, I was really close to the Smokies, so it was really convenient to go there. I'm not close to the Smokies now. I'm a lot further away. So I haven't went out there, and I'm just so focused on trying to get back out on the trail that I just haven't tried to go hike out there. And I'm pretty close to Frozen Head State Park, so I'm just hiking in that area. Or, well, I'm going to. I haven't yet, but I'm going to. Hi, William. It's okay if you're late. I don't know if I've said that much. Melissa asked if I've ever been to New York. I have not. I've not been. I drove through Pennsylvania once years and years ago in the snow. But I stopped at a gas station. That's all I did. So, yeah, I haven't been up north at all. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing. Chris said that there's hotels open at Harper's. Okay, that's good. Oh, that's good. You have the Ursac, Shannon. That's good to know. I am not scared of snakes, Melissa. Just so you know. Yeah, I'm not scared. I've seen snakes. So I mean, I've come across rattlesnakes on the trail, and honestly, they're a lot more docile, at least on the east side of, than. Ooh, I just got that one. Look. Okay, so I need to cut it a little bit more. Okay. Just a little bit more. this normally wouldn't take this long, but obviously I'm trying to like look at y'all's questions and answer those and do this, and apparently I can't multitask very good. Say I can't chew gum and walk at the same time. Or let's see. What are you making? I am making a pot koozie for your pot that you use when you're on the trail. That's what I'm making right now. And right now I'm just cutting out the part that goes around it, around the cup. And of course it depends. I mean, you can do this with whatever style you use. If you don't use a cup and you buy those like, what are they called? The grease pans from Walmart or whatever, like Homemade Wonderlust, she uses that. You can, it's the same method. You do the same thing that I'm doing. You're just, it's going to be bigger, wider, and longer, and but you're doing the same thing. So basically what I've done now, I've got this piece, and this is the part that goes around, and then I've cut out the bottom, which is what that part goes on there. And then I've also cut out a top, which goes for the lid. So now what you're going to do is, so what I do first is, I use my cups because it kind of helps close it. So what I do is I get it close together, and I'm going to have to set it down. Now I'm going to take my Gorilla Tape, and like I said, I bought the 1 inch, so this is easier because if you don't buy the 1 inch and you buy just regular like 3-inch size, you're going to have to kind of cut it in like strips. Because you don't want to just take one big long piece and put it on there, because it just makes it a lot harder. Or I think, that's just my opinion. So I just taking like a little piece, not a very long piece, like that size. And I'm just basically going to, see if I can show you all this. I'm just going to, see, this is the open side, so we'll start kind of like right here and bring it together, and then just like that. And so now I'm just going to take pieces just like that and put it all the way to the end. And then of course I didn't get to the edge, so but I think part of this I'm going to cut, because you can see it's still too long. So, but I'll do that after. But anyway, so that's what I'm going to do all the way up. That's what I'm going to do, is put that on there. So I'm going to do that first before we move forward. So the way this will work is, you can see that'll fit in there. I actually may not have to cut. Let's look. Because once you start putting tape on, it's going to fill in gaps. Actually, I don't think I need to cut this anymore, because once I put that on. But I'm going to tape that part first. So let's see here. Do I listen to music on the trail? I do. I listen to, I have some wireless headphones, and I don't all the time, and I don't all day, and I don't every day. But yeah, I definitely listen to music. It's funny, because I didn't listen to music prior to doing a through hike. I never listened to music when I would go out and day hike, or if I did overnights, I never took any kind of, or listened to any kind of music. But when you're out on the trail every day, all day, it does, believe it or not, it can get a little monotonous. So having some music kind of helps. And plus, if you're like hiking a really hard section, music can kind of help take your mind off the difficulty of how hard it is. So, if you see a bear on trail, record it. Well, if I see it when I have my phone handy. I don't know if I've ever gotten a bear on camera, ever. They're too fast. As soon as they see you, they're gone. Or at least my experience in the Smokies. That's how they are, so. Mountain Coffee Outdoors. Is the ATC still telling people to stay off the trail? Yeah, the recommendation is still in place, but there's been a few posts now where I think they are trying to open it back up. They are. So I'm just hoping it's going to happen before I'm actually out there, just because I just feel better. I'm really not one to do, I like to do things, I don't know, I don't like rocking the boat, I guess I should say. I don't know. I'm not sure that's the right word I'm trying to use. Alright, so that's what I did. Now I'm going to put the bottom on, and it's basically what you're going to do, and it's just easier to do it with a cup. So I just put this back in the cup. And let me figure out which is my bottom. Okay, so I'm just going to take this piece, lay it there like that, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the same measure of tape, just a little piece of tape, and go around this, and I'm just going to kind of hold it together and then just put a piece on it. Let me see if I can show you. Ugh. Let me see if I can show you. Okay, let's see. So, and I probably did not do the best job on this because I was distracted. I'll just be honest, but I think I might have to, I think this is not, I might have to redo this. Yeah, see, I've got way too much, which is making the, okay, I'm going to have to cut this a little. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, it's a little too, I think I can just take this off. It should, yeah. This stuff will stay on here, but you can also take it off too because of the kind of material it is. Let me see here. Should you not use clear tape? No, because if you, clear tape won't hold. It will come apart very easily. And this is also water repellent, this Gorilla Tape is. Because you'll find that as you use it, it'll start to get dirty, you know, like from food and just water getting on it. And probably should have done a separate video on this one. I thought this, I mean, it's a pretty quick thing to do. It doesn't take long at all. It takes longer because I'm trying to talk and do it at the same time. And I'm not doing a pretty good job with that. Alright, let me cut a little bit more off. Okay, now I can do it. Jennifer asked if I've ever hitchhiked. Yes, I did, and those were, so if you watch my through hike videos before I got off trail, I don't remember what day, it was days 8 and 9. I filmed where I'm like, I lost my footage. Those were the days I hitchhiked, and I hadn't even videoed it, and I lost that footage because I'm a goober. I mean, I deleted it. I say I accidentally deleted it, but it was my OCD. I was like, I have all this extra footage. I've already got these videos. I've already, you know, exported the some of the day's videos, so I thought I had exported those 2 days, and I hadn't yet, and I deleted the videos, and then realized I hadn't exported it, so basically I lost all the work I had done on the videos. But those were the days I hitchhiked, and that was actually pretty good. I mean, it was in, I think I was still in Georgia. And it was actually not hard to hitchhike. I mean, it wasn't bad. And I was at that time I was hiking, well, I wasn't hiking with her, but we were meeting up in town, Poppins, and we were sharing rooms, rooms a couple of times. And so she was actually with me when I was hitchhiking. So, hi, bye, Big Red. Thanks for coming on. What brand of shoes do you wear? I wear Saucony. Peregrine 8. It's the older version. But that is what I wear, and they work great for me. Okay, so the other part that I do on this, but I'm not going to do it yet until I get the bottom on, but I'll kind of wrap that part up. But anyway, okay, so now this is ready for the bottom, I think, finally. Now it's like, now it's too small. What the heck? I thought I was going to make a pot koozie on this live video. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Now I think I made it too tight. This is hilarious. Is anybody even watching me now? Are y'all even still here? Yeah, I really like my Sauconys. They work great for me. Okay, let's see here. I'm trying to keep up with y'all's comments, and I think some of y'all are just talking to each other. Chasing Soul, you say, if you get off the trail and stay in a hotel, you are not through hiking. Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm going to respectfully disagree with you on that. That's actually part of through hiking. If you think every through hiker goes out there and they never go into town and spend the night in a hotel or hostel, they do. I mean, there might be a very tiny percentage of people who only go into town, resupply, and go back out to the trail. But that's part of the through hiking experience, is staying in hostels, staying in hotels. You'll find, I mean, we live in the 21st century, and we're used to heating and air, and you want those comforts. I mean, at least every once in a while. And some people do it more often than others. When I was out there for the month I was out there, I did it a lot. I did. Part of that was, I think, I trying to acclimate. The weather was a lot worse then. A lot of that was because Jerry came out several times to see me. But basically, a through hike is really just hiking for, 6 months. I mean, straight. Going from not getting off. Well, that's not true. I mean, there's actually people who go out and take a few weeks off or a month off and then get back on the trail. What constitutes a through hike, at least according to the most ATC standards, is that you complete a trail within a year. And if you do it within a year, it's considered a through hike. I mean, everybody has different definitions of what they consider a through hike, I suppose. But I wouldn't want to just do a through hike and never go into town and stay in a hotel. I wouldn't. Okay, I think this is too snug. See, it needs to be looser so you can get it in there. So now I gotta redo it. Let's make a cozy with Gretchen remake. Yeah, let's do that. Let's not listen to me. Yeah, I know. Better off leaving it bigger. Yeah, you think? I know. See, if I made a video of this, it'd probably been like a 10-minute video. And instead, Dan said a video on how not to make a koozie. That's exactly right. basically what I'm teaching y'all. Is how not to make Oh my god, y'all be like, I ain't never watching another live video again. Like, if I knew it was going to take her 13 hours to make a koozie, I wouldn't watch this. Jeez. Yeah. This is apparently because I cannot multitask. And I'm Melissa asked how much it costs to through hike. I think it depends on the person. They say the average cost is $6,000. And I would definitely say it's at least that. I think it just depends. I don't know yet because I don't know how much I'm going to end up spending till I'm out there. But I definitely saved up more than I thought I would need just because, you know, I didn't want to get out there and not have enough. So, all right, we're going to try this once again. James, oh, this is what I like about you. You're so natural. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that you say it like that because I don't know. I feel like I'm a goober. I don't know. You must be rich. I am not rich. I don't even have a job. I'm jobless. I don't even have a job now. No, I'm not rich, and no, I mean I just saved a lot of money. I did without a lot to be able to do this. Yeah, to be able to save up the money. I did have a good job. I mean, I wasn't making high figures or anything like that, but I mean, I had a good job, and it allowed me to save. And here's the other thing: I'm not in debt. I don't have debt, which makes a difference. And I don't own my car, and you know, I just didn't have a lot of like excess bills, so that helped. To me, that helped me to be able to save, I should say. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Surf and stream fisher. I'm leaving a slight gap in it. I'm doing that because, yeah. Bill said this is hiker entertainment. Is this, am I really entertaining, or am I just like, are people thinking, I don't know. See, if I was any good, I would have like some guest hikers on here. If I was like Darwin does the live videos and he has like guests on his. I'm just saying, Darwin, if you need somebody to be a guest, you're probably like, I'm not going to have you on there because you can't even make a koozie. That's true. I can't make a koozie. What kind of cup is it? Is it for a jet bowl? I'm not sure. Carly, I don't know what you're asking on that one. A jet bowl, now you wouldn't need a koozie, I don't think. Well, no, I guess you could still use a koozie. Well, you could do a different kind. So there's another kind which I was going to try to make for you guys, but I don't know. It might take forever to make it, but since I'm not doing too hot with this one. But you're basically making a flat koozie, and you're using this as your template. So you're basically going to cut out, you know, a square that's double it, so it folds over, and then you have to cut out enough to make it fold over. It's hard to explain. I was going to try to make that one too, but it's taken me a lot longer to do this than I had thought it was going to take me. Okay, so I just gave it some breathing room. Hopefully that's going to work. If it doesn't, well, we're just going to pretend it works, and I'll just redo it later off camera. But anyway, but you use this as the cup as the template. Put the bottom, where did it go? It's gone. Great. I lost it. Where did it go? I've lost the bottom to my... don't remember laying that up there. Okay. All right, so now we are going to put this on. Yeah, it's a koozie to fit the pouch bills. Yeah. Do I have any pets? I do not have any pets. I do not. I love animals. And I love to pet and be around other people's animals. But animals are a lot of work. They're like having a kid. And maybe not quite the same as having a kid, but I mean, they're a lot of responsibility. And I like to hike a lot and travel a lot, and I just wouldn't be able to give it, you know, the love I feel like it would. I mean, I could give it the love. I wouldn't be able to, you know, be with it the way I think you should be if you're going to have a pet. So anyway, so here we are. Let me show you this real quick. So I just put the piece of tape, and then, so now for this part, I've tried to be more careful with my pieces so that they look the same, so it looks nice. So I start the piece here, and then, you know, that way this part is all nice and even. This I don't care as much about because it's the bottom anyway. I made that piece too short. But anyway, so you're just going to kind of go around the whole thing and tape it. And that's kind of what you're going to do. Is what I'm doing there. So just wanted to show you guys that up close. Yes, I do use a quilt. That's what I use to sleep with, Melissa. Anyone else? When digging a cat hole, do you ever burn your toilet paper? No, I don't burn toilet paper. What I will say, when I was out on the AT, most of the time I was using a privy because it was just more convenient. I didn't have to worry about things. But I mean, obviously, with everything going on right now, it's not the best time to use a privy. So I'll have to go back to digging a cat hole. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know is that what, I don't know if that's more. I've never really heard about people burning their toilet paper. A lot of times they tell you to just pack out your toilet paper. But usually I just try to bury it, you know, deep enough so that nobody's gonna accidentally step on it. Did you, Stan, I saw you had a question from a while back. Did you make a windshield from the same material? No, because I usually just use the thing I sit on as my windshield if I need to. But you probably could. I mean, you could just pretty much, you know, make it a windshield. You could, but then that's another thing to carry. Oh, Lord. Well, I'd hope to at least finish this koozie before I got off my live chat with you guys. I know you all have kind of already asked a lot of the questions on prior chats, so I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I can't think of anything else. Well, I think we've been on here forever, haven't we? I didn't realize that. My gosh, it's been 92 minutes. Sorry, guys. Richard said, can you autograph a t-shirt like you have and sell it to your fans? You know what? Maybe one of these days I need to do like a giveaway. Yeah, and then like whoever wins it. I don't know how, I'd have to figure out how to do that because I don't make the shirts. I just do the design and then a company makes them and sells them on theirs. I mean, and ships them from their place. So I don't know how to think about that one. Are trekking poles a must for newbies? I don't know. To be honest with you, I did not really use trekking poles that much except for water crossings before I started through hiking. But now with through hiking, I love trekking poles. So I would say I would have trekking poles. Yes, I would say I would use trekking poles. And you can Google or YouTube on how to use trekking poles. How long to make a koozie? Dan? Okay, probably too long. So, either way, this video is obviously getting really long. I don't know if y'all really want me to finish this or not. So, basically what you're doing is, so you're taping the bottom, and then I didn't do a very good job. What I would probably end up doing at this point is taking a long piece, and then just kind of putting it around the edge here, so that it looks nice and even and pretty. But that's what you kind of end up with, is just this. And you just put this down in it, And then, so you carry everything kind of like that. And then when you get to camp and you boiled your water, you put your little plastic bag in there, and then you can put your little thing on top. And like I said, it just helps cook your food faster because it works kind of like an oven. And I think it just would be way too long to try to make the other flat koozie, the one that fits your food bag, a quart size bag. But honestly, there's a ton of videos on YouTube on how to make this, and it's exactly the way I just made it. So I'm sorry it took me so long to make this, and I'm not even done yet. But it's pretty easy. Oh, and then the one thing that I didn't do on this was the hole. Let me see here if I can find it. Yeah. So you just have to like poke a hole with the scissors. I mean, that's really all you have to do. It's well, I say that's all you have to do. I somehow make everything seem harder. I'm sure there's probably a better tool. Okay, so that's really all there is to it. And then it just kind of goes on top of it. Sort of. Anyway, like that. If this had been a separate video, I would have done better at this. Anyway. Alright, well. Thanks, Barbara. I'm assuming, Barbara, it's you and not Craig. I don't know. Maybe it's both of you watching Barbara and Craig. I don't know. But thank you. Oh, hi, Poppins. That's okay. All I've been doing is trying to make a koozie forever and not doing a very good job. Okay, I just want to make sure. I wasn't sure if it was a... So Barbara, so it's her and her husband. They have their own YouTube channel called Texas Alcoholics. And I know, so Barbara, I know you tagged me in that video, and I haven't made it yet, but I'm going to make it before I get back out on the trail. Just so you know, I am going to do that. I just, you know, I hadn't yet. So. But anyway, well, guys, I don't see any more questions at this point, and I think I kind of gave you the gist of how to make a koozie. I know this wasn't the greatest how to make a koozie video. I just recommend, if you want to go watch, you know, look it up on YouTube. I mean, I guess I could do a video on how to make these, but I feel like there's already so many videos out there for it. It's like, do I really need to make a separate video? Particularly, I would actually be able to do this a lot better if I was just doing it and not having to like talk and interact. So, yeah. But anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and end this live chat. And I just want to thank y'all for being here. Y'all have been here for a while. And I really appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for being here and for all your questions. And, you know, I'll be back out on that trail really soon. I am going to, bye early riser. Thanks for being here. And, I'll be back on the trail very soon. So so I will have my videos delayed again. I'll try not to have them so far out delayed like I did this last time. But they will be a little bit delayed. But just put the word out that I'm going to be back on the trail and share, you know, my channel and all that stuff. And I will look forward to seeing your all's comments and everything on my videos. It means a lot having you guys talking to me out on the trail. I love it so much. So thank you so much, and thank you for being here. And hopefully this was at least a little helpful. Until the next video.